Super Bowl 22. It's the Broncos and the Commanders, and it's all up next.
Head out about 10 miles or so from the Capitol Mall, and you will arrive here at Northwest Stadium, just outside of Washington, D.C. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. Back to Robinson now on first down. A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 23 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Now Daniel's going to give it up on the touch pass. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. But you look at this Bronco defense, and this unit, very tough to throw against, currently second best in the NFL.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now Daniels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Oh, looked like they got someone to jump there. And if that's the case, this will be a first down.
Defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. He'll keep it himself, and holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Off the option, here's Robinson. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. So here's a 3rd and 14. Daniels looking to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and it's 3-0 Washington. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And able to get this out to the 25. So now here are the Broncos from their first drive of the game. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
For Sutton, the receiving numbers from last week's game. 6 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll go play action with Nix. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
To throw is Nix. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. To the air goes Daniels. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. We can look at this Bronco defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing now is Daniels. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Play action, now it's Daniels. Over the middle, it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. To throw is Daniels. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Daniels. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Robinson up the middle. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 3rd down and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw. Daniels. That is caught. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 10-yard line.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter down from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Nix to the air. Screen play set up for Williams. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game. But I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them. Maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. following the penalty. It's Williams. Now the ball comes loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And now he's got him at a great spot at the 8-yard line here, 1st and goal.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room and no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes free.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
And his kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Nix. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Working out of the gun is Nix. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Nix. That's over the middle and caught by the rookie. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Throwing Nix. And he will find his man on the outside. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
8-yard pickup. First down, Denver.
On play action, here's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here comes Mooney now in the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Washington on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Williams diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The slot man in motion right. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on the keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Broncos' 17-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Raheem Mostert, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are once again back in front.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Off the play fake, Daniels. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Daniels looking to throw. He'll hit Mostert again here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Daniels. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They go play action. Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And all the way down to the 26. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. Nix looking to throw again. To the sideline and incomplete. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, where you see the final score there. Saquon Barkley, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Treated to a 5 performance in the first half from the Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Oh, good return up past the 30. Yeah, they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting set for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now we give up the middle to Williams. They juked him. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Operating from the gun, Nix, and that's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Nix. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Nix. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action, now it's Daniels. That's caught by Sennett. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. Now a 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To the air goes Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the first down.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards. 2nd down. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Daniels. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Here's a 2nd and 8. A quick pass out to Juju. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's Daniels. That is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
Mostert. Here's Mostert. Toss left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to widen their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Nix to the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Nix. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
To throw, here's Nix. He completes this to Sutton. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. 3rd and 5. Maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he thought he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Throwing Nix. This one is down he goes. Joseph Osai able to get him for a loss of about 3. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Back to throw. Nix. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now it's Nix. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here is Washington now to take over. They were losers to the Packers a week ago, but they've got the lead right now here as they come up on a 1st and 10. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Back now at Commanders Field. It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. To throw is Daniels. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Holding offense.
Third and 9 here. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
A throw out line going to be incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. throwing to start the drive. Nix. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down. Operating from the gun, Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down. Operating from the gun, Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. And even 40 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
On play action, here's Nix. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Back to the air with Nix. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the grab with Mostert. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert fights through, and now a crease. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 17 there. Good for a Commanders first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Daniels looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Broncos offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Daniels. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Point after, right down the middle, and they open the lead up now to 25. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Looking to throw. Nix. Screen play set up for Williams. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Here we go on the next drive for Washington. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Once again, it's Mostert. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Nix. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to Mooney. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That's into the hands of McLaughlin. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A 1st down screen pass, good for 5. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Nix to throw again. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nix. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw. Nix. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. 2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Daniels. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ballgame.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is of all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaunt saying so long, everybody.